Hey everybody, back out in the shop today. Working on the truck. The last couple videos I had mentioned that I haven't been doing a lot of uploads, haven't been very active on Instagram or other social medias. It's just, lately it's just been, life's been crazy. Everything going on in the world these last 2 years now, and with business and just, I don't know, honestly I think the straw that broke the camel's back with me was a buddy of mine died for what's going on in the world. That was a real gut wrencher. It kicked me square in the gut. So it's been rough. I've suffered with anxiety my entire life. Don't mind my couch back here. I'm taking that donation, but it's been a lifelong battle. It makes me very good at my job, makes me very detail oriented, but it just becomes overwhelming. The last couple of years, plus, running your own business, plus, not having any income coming in because of everything that's going on. It was just brutal. Had to let a guy go because of it. Just because we didn't have any work, couldn't afford to pay him, couldn't pay ourselves. It was brutal. It wore me down. Just a lot of weight on my back. I just was getting further and further and further down that rabbit hole. And it's hard, and I know it's kind of faux pas to talk about it, but, I think we need to talk about it. Just something that a lot of us suffer, a lot of us go through silently. As men, we're taught to, put your boots on, get up and go to work. Don't have feelings, don't do any of this stuff. So, so that's kind of where I've been. It's been pretty crazy. Thankfully this year we got some work, got a good couple jobs, so everything's going well. Back out in the shop working on some stuff, but the world is just a crazy place. It's so divided. I'm not on either side, any side really. I'm on the side of being good to people. It just seems like a lot of people have lost that. A lot of friendships, family, just been torn apart by this, and it sucks. But all we can do is get up, do it again, make the best of it, because if we focus on the negativity is always there. It's just what we make of it. So I'm out here. I'm trying to get out of this funk, get wrenching, do something, do some positive in my life to get things going, because I've got so much positive stuff in my life. I got a great wife, great kids, great family. Everybody's supportive of this habit that I have that, honestly, a drug problem would be cheaper than this thing. But we can't take for granted what we have. We need to focus on what we have. Just keep going along. So anyway, I'm going to flip this camera around and we can talk about what we got going on here. Now, I can't remember if I said this 2 minutes ago or not, but I haven't been filming anything this morning. I actually just wanted to get down here, me, myself, and I, and listen to some music and just wrench and just zone out. So that's what I did this morning. All I did was take things apart. So nothing too exciting. So anyway, the eagle eyes out there probably saw what I was up to in the last short that I uploaded, but that's it, vintage air. So I bought this kit last year. I actually ordered it in November, I believe, from Pro Performance down there from Travis, and I was able to get in on an order that he had coming. There was one that was unspoken for, and I got it. So it delivered, actually, I think it was in December, early December. So I got it quick, which is great because the next order wasn't coming in until like now, which is almost February. So anyway, what I have done so far is basically tear everything apart. So I've got all the stock. This was a non-AC truck. So I took off the heater box, everything inside, all the ductwork, everything, all the controls are out. I'll show you in a minute, but I had to take the fender well out to get that silly thing out. That's kind of one of those weird service things like, come on, GM, like you can't pull this thing farther enough back to get it down. You have to take the wheel well out and go down. But anyway, so I got this on here. I got the dirty dingle bracket and compressor mounted. It's not torqued down or anything. I just wanted to kind of see how it was going to route and see if I had any problems. And sure enough, I did. So the lower radiator hose on this truck was actually touching the bottom of this tensioner. So I had a couple options here. I'm going to go around to the other side on how to deal with that. Oh, that light's really bright. But I have, when I bought this truck, it had the I'm going to get rid of that light real quick. Bear with me here. When I bought this truck, it had some sort of strange radiator in it. It was actually using the stock holes over there, but then this bracket was shifted over. Now, I don't know, some of you guys probably know this, but there must have been a narrow radiator, but the radiator that was in here, it used the top brackets, but it did not have any bottom brackets. So I bought new bottom brackets that came with new cushions. Well, they were like twice as thick, the vertically as the stock ones. So I put the ones that came when I bought the truck, they were up here. They're probably original, but I put them on the bottom. I put them on the top, actually. And the new ones on the bottom with the new brackets. Anyway, I thought about that when I was down here. So what I did was I ended up swapping those grommets out. So these here are the thicker ones and the thinner ones on the bottom. And so I dropped the radiator. It actually dropped it like a 1/4 inch. So that got me a little more room on that hose. And then all I did here down here was, let me get the flashlight, is I just clocked the radiator hose because it kind of comes out and it goes up and then over and then down. Well, I just loosened the hose clamp on both ends and just kind of twisted counterclockwise this way. And now I have probably 3/8 gap between the hose and the tensioner. So we're good there. It's a little tight up on the top side, but that's just kind of how they are and how they design the kit. But yeah, so right now I don't know if you saw the last video that I uploaded, but I had a leak. I sprung a leak. I've talked to Entropy that drain cock down there is the culprit, and it actually has not leaked a drop since I talked to them. So I don't know what's going to go on. So I'm going to kind of see what that is. If not, I'm going to replace that. It's just a standard drain cock. But I've got everything loose. I'm going to rewire it because I'm going to go to a 3-wire setup back here. I know in an earlier video I showed in depth how I wired the fans, just a 2-way, so each fan was operated by its own relay. Well, now I'm going to do a 3-relay. So they come on initially, both fans quiet half speed when air conditioner needs it or the truck gets hot enough, which it doesn't with this radiator. It will click them both on full speed. So that's coming up. So I'm going to get all of this. I got to tear all that loom apart, which stinks, but I'm going to rewire the fans. I'm actually going to go, and I know I'm just rambling, I'm thinking out loud here, but when I initially ran the wires from the fans back up to here, for some reason, I only put 12 gauge. And I think it's because the fans over here had 12 gauge wire on them. So I'm actually going to go back and redo that. I got a bunch of 10 gauge. I'm going to go from the fans to the relays. And then the relay's got a 2 gauge that goes from the relay. The fuse block has a 2 gauge that goes up and around. It's one of these big bad boys here. So, but yeah, it's coming along. The interior is gutted. I haven't seen it like this since I redid the interior. I actually have, I'm kind of, I don't know, half ashamed to admit it. When I did this truck, I did this back in, was it 2017? I redid the interior here and put the high hump in and everything. This is actually that Insacool or Instacool or whatever ductwork insulation from Home Depot. And the stuff works amazing. I know a lot of people knock it, but it works great. But my problem is it's bright, shiny silver. So I've got to figure out, because that vintage air box tucks up real tight. So down here, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to cover that up with. Maybe see if I can't get some vinyl or some black vinyl or something to do that. But yeah, and then here's kind of some American Auto wire harness. This is the heater, the heater harness. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Let me go ahead and go to the back of the truck and we'll show you kind of what I got. All right, here's the meat and potatoes of the kit. So the unit, this is what you're paying for, and then all the ancillaries. So the condenser and all that stuff's actually still sitting up there in the box right now, but yeah, so I got it all. So this is all going in there. So this unit, this is AC and heat. It's tiny. I mean, it is way smaller than the factory heater box, all the ductwork below the dash. So super excited for this. I ended up going with their digital controller. Not so excited that it says Vinegar on it real big, but this truck has, being heat only, the controller on it was beat up. It's the original controller. It was supposed to be in black, but it was all scratched up. I kind of touched it up over the years to make it look good, but I ended up going with this one. It's all digital, LED backlit. It's going to look super slick in there. And then I did actually not opt for the factory style louvers for the dash. I like how small these are, just itty bitty. I can always switch them out if I want to, but so I got that. The center one, this is actually a factory. It's actually a counterpart, but factory center vent, wiring harnesses. What's that? Oh, I'm not going to use that because that is for if you had AC controls. It converts the factory AC controls to run this thing. Mounting brackets, hoses, block off plate, the duct work. I don't even know what this is. This is installation parts, the dashboard. Now this is sick. So that's how big the factory dash is right there, or the glove box. Sorry, I misspoke there, but that's how deep it is. This one is, I don't know, 3 inches deep. So that's going to be a tough pill to swallow, but yeah, that's okay. So anyway, cup holder. I'm excited for this. I have been wanting this since the day I bought the truck down in Texas. It was on my list of things to buy. Probably should have bought it back then. It would have been a lot cheaper, but I'm glad I finally have it. I'm ready to install it. Let me flip the camera around here. Sorry, that's not a very elegant transition, but I don't know how to use this software. I use Mavis on my iPhone, it does really good, but I don't really know how to work it. So but that's kind of what I'm after, what I'm doing. I'm super excited. Like I say, I've been wanting to do this since I bought the truck, the day I bought the truck. So hope you come back and follow along. It's a super easy kit to bolt in. Here's the condenser. Oh, it's very well. It's inside a box, but it's the wires. I actually, side note, I went as soon as I trip over here. I got when I ordered this, Travis did this for me. I didn't even think about it until after I ordered it. I got the custom hose kit, so it allows you to crimp your own lines on, which is perfect because this being an LS, it kind of puts it kind of where the small block was. Small block's kind of up and closer, but anyway, I'm glad he did that. I've got a buddy who has the crimpers, so got those. But anyway, super excited about this project. Can't wait. Follow along. Hopefully you come back. Check it out. Super slick product. Stoked about it. So I'm hopefully get it going here in the next couple weeks. Get it on there. Get everything put back together so we can get this thing out and drive. Well, I say that, but it's been yesterday was 3 degrees in the morning when I got up at 6:30. It was ridiculous, but come to the Midwest. It's great weather. Super cold in the winter and super hot in the summer. So I get why people go to Arizona and New Mexico and all those places in the summer now, or in the winter now. I don't do the cold, but anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. I appreciate everybody coming by, listening to me ramble, talk about the new project, listen about where I've been, what's going on, real talk and all that jazz. So check it out. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please share. Not much to really share on this one, but I don't know, do it anyway. So anyway, thank you guys.